This is Stonebrook Throw, a little flow that I've nurtured so. This was a werewolf that just decided to grow and howl at what was shown when the clouds would expose what it's been hiding all alone. This is a hidden church in the grove, so why don't you take a sip in the fog to see if you sink like a ship with a dog with an anchor that broke. Because then I could go with something to give you a hug, non-stop until your esophagus broke, and that hug would admit that you should. I'm sure with my flow, a shuriken throw, something that stuck like you had a message. So maybe the message real small, so let's make a miss of the shit that I said until it would stick. It sticks just a bit, cause then the aesthetics of it would sit in, and I'm out the attic like Andy's Toys the Box. Those a box won the cop, the hoss got plucked, because then this harvest day is calm. Yes, stay calm for a second, then don't. Like off with your head, cause your lid would've got flipped with the Knicks that I said. Had the Knicks won a game by putting that ball in the net? Can someone fix one fucking opera for them? Because then the offering that sin would have been a bag of sand that hit you on head like you're a stagehand then. Because I could have been coach. Mold with the pull from a horse, and then mold I'm gonna expose when the show would have go like the rogues would start to roll. They don't gather no mold or moss anymore. Maybe the moss and mold with some clothes, and then the toss overflows like my tonsils were broke. Because then the tentacles would got shattered like mirrors. They mirror those. And it's just a mere scar that I miss, but it sticks out like a sore thumb in this bitch, and we're all holding out our hands. And then the hint of what the exhaust would get, because then the esophagus, I say that a lot, I guess. And then the octopus would start to nod his head. Yes. Naughty city of Nottington would have got something to read in a note that I wrote with a pen, because then that would have been what would drip. A tongue twist almost twisted itself instead. I want to twist round Nick like a hanger that kid. Your claw fell straight, not wrinkled at all. You don't need to plug that to wall. Here's butter knife. Let that do the job. Then I could have done something else. Dummy would stare at the wall. Both of them men call the corner if you want, cause I cornered this talk. I've hind-quartered y'all with them ropes that would pull with the stallions with luck, because they got 4 times more than y'all. This was a porch that was full with a bunch of the folks they just pour on the lawn. Yard. London. Yard. Yard. When you mess up and get the cost, that's what I always said, so I get to the core of it when I said that's where the core would have been. That's when the fish would have flipped, like in the schools that they in, like the pages they read. Get smart for the test, get the smart where it gist, because that would have been the gist when he left, because that would have been the Gettysburg Address type shit, but wasn't dressed to them. The stamp where it belongs, I'm small, in a cave that's small, with this treasure I'm on, because I'm on the set of a song, I just don't know what it was. Back to grandma's house with the plug was over basket with biscuits involved, and then I fucking got this tea with my pinkies off, because then I could say something to Steve for once. Most of it just missed like dogs that are thrown in the dark, and then I could dance all night long with the pulse of the moon. No, then I get the shot in the bark that doesn't belong. This was an octopus and Bradicus, because then that fucking bronze shit on some exhibit, and maybe a bridge was involved when I did it. And if y'all fucking identify the who said it, they pointed out with the appendages before get broke if they ever point at me, dog, because I'm the guy who points to the most. The all involved always comes. I'm just Goliath tall. Colossus was down, because then I could have stoned the walls. Not Astoria though. It's a story I wrote. A story I told to the chose that listen to get it inside of the dome. Does it get you excited to know? You need someone on the inside of coast. This is a coast that doesn't stop until it rolls like the sand dunes, and then the desert is home. And also the cactus is where the scorpion was. The only insect I'm scared of, dog, and hesitate to say his name, because you say it thrice like Beetlejuice, he's coming to steal your brain. Yes, steely magnolias that sit on the top like the pods for the frogs, because then I deposit my talk where it belongs. If you haven't got what was itched on the walls, it's the writing for y'all, because I write in on what flaws. It's a big fluffy dog, never in the store with the shit that I said is scary but true. Like you need to pick fact or fiction bits, because then I diffract from what is. Diffraction is good in all this shit instance, because then to what extent? What slick I said to make you slip and produce aisles I bit. When the pills were red, I produce small, because then I produce small to make it big somehow, because then that was scary crawl from the werewolf inside the forest. When the canopy dark in the middle of the day, because in the middle they say that's a midsummer night's drink. With all that I say, all that I pick, like it's the cream for the cake, because I take the cake with the shit that I say, the shit that I create. So won't you get in line, this suit that I pull later one time. More Tiva Mo. Yes. This is a gravy bow. This is song for Compton Clemson when I rock this, because then it gets the extensions. Frequency I set. Yes. On track untold, because then what rocks your boat rocks mine as well. Won't you rock until your songs fall off, and then you could get lost from the small you was. This was old and dark to the touch, because I connected them up when no one was. And this was the sticks that you plucked from what had hay and straw. Those are the clothes that he wore type stuff. I'm Wizard of Oz, with this axe I swung. I'll never rust with the shit that I said. I just gather it up like pixie dust. Soon these thoughts will start to flood these rooms. You listen to this tune at the optimal prime, because that was the optimal time. Once you get the decimal sin and the sick, they could collect like this was all fractions of the big. That's when all of them alike, and all them stars alike. Those are the stripes of the tiger with time when I tried with my triumphant rhyme, and the trumpets would play like the instruments I picked when I was asleep and the disease would have lived. These are all what the sheep would all get with the fence that was picking that I picked the rhymes. No, the pecans wasn't gone, they was all those trees that were lost. They stretched them arms till all of them touched. This is an armament of all of my talk. This was an octagon, an optimal octopus on all those flows, cause then what the flow would have fallen out, and in the pit with some sharp sticking up, it would have got you when you skinned a bit. Unless you were lucky, McDuck. Lucky McPlucky with Bill that was bummed when I shot like Elmer Fudd me talk. Then that was a fuddle tongue without the B in front. What the fuck? Maybe the bee fell off, because that would have been the bee with no buzz, with no nest to call home, no place to hang the heart, because then they would have got home, a wife and kids were gone. In the garage was all of his fun, all of his sticks from popsicles that he bought, because he has a hobby that's grown into so much more. His soul was involved, yes, his soul would evolve, because then it would float his boat was old that was stuck together, and he's making a little city now. Yes, the city where they're sitting, and then the sitting over to get in a second. If they send him a message, he wanna stick them up like he needs the permission. Sarcastic in the sentence, cause that makes sense if they wanna pull these bows from spokes, because the filaments broke with flows I go. These are so overtold, because then I sewed them like such, and then I mended what had calloused bones, like I fixed it. Maybe I did this until the dust picked up, like a tornado just lifted. This was what the mechanic would spin. A socket rinsed my bits until you got it, friend. And then I plucked your eyes from the socket, say in. Boom. Inside out flow. Why no? A PBS show that y'all watch. And then you wait to see me wins. No, you wins with this shit, bitch. Because then I go and say the best. Fuck yeah. TW.